Hello students, you are enjoying well and I think you are like to learn the chemistry with Kinnari teacher, and this chapter which we are going to study, this is also for this SSA exam of month of September. Syllabus is there. So today I am going to explain you of part 12 of standard 11 unit 4 chemical bonding and molecular structure. In this part 12 of chemical bonding, I am going to explain you about the MO theory, molecular orbital theory. As students, we have studied about the formations of atomic structure or electronic configuration with the how the electrons are entered or how the atomic orbitals are filled by one after another electron by different rules, as example Hund's rule, Pauli's principle, of Bau's rule. That rules are followed by the electron to fill the atomic orbital, and the same way here the Hund and Millikan has given the rule, or we can say that theory name is given molecular orbital theory. So after studying VSE PR theory, now I am going to explain you. I Kinnari Dave welcomes you all for Standard 11 Unit 4 Part 12 Chemical Bonding and Molecular Structure, Molecular Orbital Theory. Let us look at the board, student. Here I have written that molecular orbital theory, first it was given by Hund and Mulliken in 1932. Here, as we know, as electrons are present in the atomic orbital, correct students? All the electrons are having the atomic orbital, and that electron and nucleus having some of the attraction, and due to that attraction electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Same way Millikan also said about this molecular orbital theory, this how the electron are present in the atomic orbital, same way molecular electrons are present in the molecular orbital. मतलब जब मॉलिक्यूल का फॉर्मेशन होता है तो जो मॉलिक्यूल के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द molecular orbital. This is the meaning of this statement, students. But as we know, the atomic orbital is having only one nucleus. Atom is having only one nucleus, correct students? This is our atom, any of the electron atom, and here this electron are revolving in this orbit, and this is our nucleus. So all the atomic orbital or atom is having only one nucleus, but here the molecules are formed, then there is an influence about more than two, or two nucleus are to be present, because suppose we'll think about the H2 molecule, then one molecular orbit of hydrogen atom and another hydrogen atom molecular orbit. So when they both overlap and forms H2 molecule, then the nucleus of hydrogen 1 atom and the nucleus of hydrogen 2 atom, that's why we can say that the molecular orbital theory is under the influence of mostly two or more than two number of nucleus are present. Then the third one, it is said that for homonuclear molecule, the two atomic orbitals of equal energy combine. As we know, hydrogen H2 molecule, so both the hydrogen atom is having the same energy, means when they combine they were with the same energy, and that's why that is known as the homonuclear molecule. But for the heteronuclear molecule, if we'll think about, then heteronuclear molecule, the overlapping of the molecular orbital occurs, the energy difference is same, or we can say that comparably same energy the heteronuclear molecular orbit will be overlap, and or we can say that combine. And the fourth one, it is very important, students. Number of molecular orbital is equal to number of combining atomic orbital. Means what? How many number of atomic orbitals are combined? Suppose hydrogen, we are talking about H2. So here hydrogen one at molecular orbit, one other molecular orbit. So here this hydrogen's atomic orbital and this hydrogen atomic orbital. So total how many atomic orbital will be overlap? करेक्ट, 2 बराबर. एक ओवरलैपिंग यहाँ से आएगा हाइड्रोजन का, दूसरा ओवरलैपिंग यहाँ से आएगा हाइड्रोजन का. सो हियर सपोज यू हैव द 2 टोटल नंबर ऑफ atomic orbital overlapping, then you can say that the number of molecular orbital are 2. And here like atomic orbital electrons enter as the spin quantum number according, we know that one is clockwise and another one is anti-clockwise. So here also we have to keep in our mind, when the orbital overlapping occurs, we should keep in mind one is bonding and another one is anti-bonding. So when the two molecular orbitals are combined, first one goes for the bonding pair of electron and then it goes for the anti-bonding pair of electrons. Students, is it clear to you now? And as I said, the rules for filling up the electrons are same like the atomic orbital. जिस तरह से हम atomic orbital के अंदर Pauli's principle से हम atomic orbital fill करते थे, फिर ऑफ बो प्रिंसिपल से हमने फिल किया था, तो वो सारे इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ एनर्जी लेवल एंड फर्स्ट द इलेक्ट्रॉन गोज टू द बॉन्डिंग पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, that orbital will be filled, then and then only electron goes to the anti-bonding pair of electron. So this is the just simple points for the molecular orbital theory. Now let us see what is the linear combination of atomic orbital. Formation of the molecular orbital, how the molecular orbital occurs or how the formation of this molecule, as we have studied about the atomic orbital formation, how the atomic orbital formation occurs. So means same way how this both molecule will combine, so that is known as LCAO, means linear combination atomic orbital. So suppose here I have, this is our s orbital and this is also our s orbital. Suppose we are thinking about this is the 1s orbital, correct students? Now when this overlapping occurs, for this atomic orbital overlapping, we know that this is the overlapping for atomic orbital. But when the molecular orbital overlapping occurs, and that is first, as I said, bonding. So when this bonding atomic orbital overlapping occurs, here, or you can say that one is a plus and another one is a minus. So how this atomic orbital overlapping takes place, student? This will be just combine and forms this way molecule orbital, and here you have plus and minus. This is the molecular orbital overlapping, or here we can say that this is the nucleus. So this nucleus is with the plus charge, and suppose if we'll think about that, then this nucleus is also with the plus charge. So here when this atomic orbital overlapping bonding shows the positive charge, and if we'll think about the electron, then it shows with the negative charge. This is the s orbital overlapping bonding, and when the bonding takes place, it must have almost equal amount of energy. Equal amount of energy and mostly symmetry also. Energy, symmetry, and while we'll go with the anti-bonding, student, the same example we are taking for the anti-bonding. So this is our bonding, and now we'll go with anti-bonding. So this is 1s plus 1s. Now this is same for the atomic orbital. So this is our plus charge. Here this is our plus charge. Now when antibonding takes place, students, for that antibonding, both the molecular orbital will be separated. Both the molecular orbital will be separated. This is plus charge and this is minus charge, and that's why it is known as antibonding. So this way bonding and antibonding takes place, and while the bonding takes place, we can say that the formation of the sigma bond, and while antibonding takes place, we can say it as a pi bond, student. And the same way for the formation of p orbital also. When the p orbital bonding takes place, then there may be a separation. If suppose the p orbital, here I am just going to show you the p orbital. Let us see students the p orbital overlapping now, and then we'll go with the some more sigma and pi bond formation. So students, now let us see how the p orbital overlapping takes place by bonding and non-bonding. So this is, I have drawn the px only, students. So same way py and pz overlapping can be also understand by you to do it by your own way. So here the px orbital, this is one another px orbital. When this overlapping bonding occurs, this is the bonding, then this is our plus lobe and this is the minus lobe. This is our bonding of px orbital. And the same way, if the antibonding takes place for this px orbital, then both the px orbitals, the bonding and antibonding, or both the molecular orbital will be separate out. So this is the small size molecular orbital is plus, and the bigger size is the negative sign. So that's why here you can see this one lobe with the positive sign, another lobe with the negative sign, and they both will be separated. So this is our antibonding. This is our antibonding. And on the basis of this, student, the types of molecular orbital are symmetrical and unsymmetrical. In unsymmetrical, positive lobes and negative lobes, as you can see, they are above and below of the plane. That's why they were said as a unsymmetrical. Suppose here if you have the py overlapping, if you have this way py overlapping, student, then the overlapping takes place. So here your plus and minus, this way above and below the plane, that is the overlapping. For said it is a pi bonding. Anti-bonding is known as pi bonding, and which is a symmetrical, that is known as the sigma bonding. And sigma bonding is around the bond axis. As I said, the sigma bond is the stronger than the pi bond, students. So the stability of the molecule will be depend on the how the formation of the bond occurs, and on the formation of the bond. For that we can say that NB means number of bonding pair of electron, and the number of antibonding pair of electron, that is known as the Na. So if the number of bonding pair of electron is greater or more than the number of antibonding pair of electron, then that molecule is said as a stable molecule. So stability is depends on bonding pair of electron. And as you know, the O2 double bond O double bond O, that is known as the bond order. N triple bond N, that is the N2 molecule, and triple bond is known as the bond order, student. So bond order is inversely proportional with the bond length. So the bond length is increased, bond order is small, and that's why it is said that bond order is inversely proportional to the bond length. And if you want to find the bond order, this molecular orbital theory gives the formula to find the bond order on the basis of molecular orbital diagram. So bond order is equal to 1/2 number of bonding pair of electron minus number of anti-bonding pair of electron. This way we can find the bond order. And this, if by drawing the molecular orbital diagram there is no any unpaired electron are present, or we can say that all are pair electron, then that molecule is known as the dimagnetic molecule, students. So if all electrons are paired while we draw the molecular orbital diagram, in that no unpaired electron are present, then that molecule is known as dimagnetic molecule. Now let us see how to enter or how to draw the molecular orbital energy level diagram, student. So students, now we see the how the molecular orbital will be filled. We are just doing for the 1s orbital. This is our energy level. This is our energy level, students. As it is increasing order. This is for one hydrogen. This is for another hydrogen. So this we are drawing only for the 1s orbital for this, and here it is also 1s orbital for this. This is our atomic orbital for this hydrogen and atomic orbital for this hydrogen. So now this how the overlapping takes place, student. One hydrogen is having one electron and another hydrogen is having another electron, student. And now this is as a, so first you have to draw this energy level diagram for molecular orbital. This is our energy level diagram for a molecular orbital. Now you know that hydrogen is having only one electron, and as I said, according to this Aufbau principle and Pauli's principle, here the electron will enter only first for the bonding pair of electron. So this is your bonding electron and this is your anti-bonding. So here this electron first entered here and then this electron entered here, and this is known as sigma 1s. This is your molecular orbital which is known as sigma 1s, and this is your atomic orbital. This is also your atomic orbital. This we have draw for 1s. Now the same way, suppose if we go for the 2px. So suppose this is your energy level and we are drawing for 2px. Same way here also 2px. Now here if you are thinking about the carbon, or we can say that lithium or beryllium, then you have, this is your atomic orbital for nitrogen. So for nitrogen you know that 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. So here in that px orbital you are having the 3 number of electrons. So 3 electron for this and 3 electron for this. So total number of 6 electron you have, student. So to draw this is your bonding and this is your anti-bonding. This I have just shown you with the px only, student. Afterwards, when in the next episode I am going to explain you with the molecule, then we'll draw in one energy level only, 1s से लेके require orbital, molecular orbital तक का diagram. In next episode, in next video, I am going to explain you. So here you have to enter the total number of 6 electron. This is our px only. So here you have 1 and this one is having 1. So both the px is with the 1. So here you will go with this bonding and this is bonding, which you can write that sigma to pi 2px. Yes, you can write pi 2px, and then the electron first will enter into 2pz. Exactly, first sigma bonding go for the 2pz. वो क्यों, वो नेक्स्ट एपिसोड के लिए है. अभी आपको सिर्फ समझना है कि यहाँ पाई बॉन्डिंग होगा मतलब एंटी बॉन्डिंग होगा या तो अनसिमेट्री होगा. So this is our 2pz. Now I am going to explain you this energy for 2pz. So this is your molecule for this nitrogen. This is for another nitrogen. So now you draw this same way molecular diagram for this, and here you have this 2pz is also having the 1 electron. So this will enter into the sigma 2pz. This is known as sigma 2pz. And if the electron goes to the anti-bonding, then we'll write down as a pi star 2pz. Whenever anti-bonding is there, it is known as a pi star. Here I have written only pi. Pi doesn't mean that, pi star mean that anti-bonding, student. So that you have to keep in mind. So now here for order of energy level, order of molecular orbital energy level, if we'll see, अगर यहाँ हम बात करते हैं ऑक्सीजन एंड फ्लोरीन मॉलिक्यूल के लिए, O2 and F2 molecule, means the atomic number 8 and 9. So here we have to follow this energy level. सिग्मा 1s सबसे पहले आएगा, सिग्मा 1s, उसके बाद में वो जाएगा एंटी बॉन्डिंग में, तो सिग्मा स्टार 1s रहेगा. सिग्मा स्टार 1s के बाद में आपके पास में होगा सिग्मा 2s, उसके बाद वो जाएगा सिग्मा स्टार 2s में, मीन्स एंटी बॉन्डिंग होगा. एंड एज आई सेड स्टूडेंट, सिग्मा स्टार 2s उसके बाद में इलेक्ट्रॉन एंटर होगा z में. सो देन यू हैव द सिग्मा 2pz. ये सब ग्रेटर इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर बता रही हूँ स्टूडेंट. दिस ऑल आर द इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ एनर्जी लेवल. उसके बाद में सिग्मा 2pz, उसके बाद में आपके पास में रहेगा पाई 2px इज इक्वल टू पाई 2py. So bonding for 2px and 2py, then antibonding for 2px and 2py, and then lastly electron enters to the antibonding for 2pz. This is the energy level of oxygen and fluorine molecule. other than oxygen and fluorine molecule, which energy level will be follow, that I will give you in next video session, student. So till that time you just practice to draw this molecular orbital diagram, because this is also very important. You cannot draw it in a haphazardly. Suppose if you are doing like this, I have drawn you specially to show you, student. So if you are doing like this, then in exam the 0.5 marks for this diagram will be cut. This is the accurate diagram for molecular orbital diagram. So that also you have to keep in mind. आप सोचोगे कि मुझे 2 में से 2 मार्क क्यों नहीं मिला. You have drawn it correctly, you have followed the energy level order also correctly, but the diagram is not proper, so 0.5 marks for that will be cut, or maybe the 1 marks can be also cut. So if you want to get the full marks for this, you have to practice for draw the molecular orbital level diagram, students. Till the time, just stay home, do preparation for coming SSC exams, and yes, students, like and subscribe my channel and even share with your friends also. Thank you so much.